Hello, I'm Elise DeJean, and you're listening to Southern Miss Today. It's 12:03 p.m. on Wednesday, February 25th, 2015. Today we have Jenna Champagne and Caitlin Horton, but right now let's kick it off with Brandon Campbell and Kerin Walker, both from the theater department. Hello, guys. How are you?
Hi, well, thanks.
Hey, doing well.
Great. We're so happy to have you guys here today. We're talking about some really great productions that you guys have going on right now and some upcoming things. The most exciting one to me, I'm being a little biased here from our previous conversation, is By the Way Meets Vera Stark by playwright Lynn Nottage.
Mm-hmm.
And you are actually cast for this production, right, Brandon?
Yes, I am. I play two characters in the show.
Okay.
In the first act, I play a Russian film director in the 1930s, Maximilian, and then in the second act, which is set in the 1970s segment, I play a British rock star. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so guys, what essentially is this production all about? I know we talked about that it's pertinent to Black History Month and the celebration of just art history in itself. So what's so special about this production by Lynn Nottage?
Like I was saying earlier, I think it's very important for this generation, the past generation, I think the future generation, when they watch the show, to just think about how what they're watching on stage is a fictional story, but it's very much based in reality, and these were true stories of struggling actresses, especially Black actors and Black actresses that had it completely rough in that time period, and their stories go untold. And I think the playwright Lynn Nottage did an incredible job bringing that into this generation, and which is very, I think, a timeless way of storytelling.
So we can say that it would be safe to say that By the Way, Meet Vera Stark is a classic production.
I think so.
Okay.
I honestly would, because the themes and the conversations you'll have, I think, are very poignant and touching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Carrie, I know earlier we were discussing just a little bit about the background of the production itself. We have Miss Vera Stark. She is an African-American maid during the time of the early 1900s, correct?
Yes, I believe
Okay.
so. Do you know the exact year?
Yes, the first act takes place in 1933.
Okay. And Vera Stark, although she is a maid, she's an aspiring actress at this point, and she's trying to break her way into the industry. How does she go about doing that?
Well, she really gets kind of lucky when Brandon's character comes on the scene, who is the director of a movie that is coming up, and he takes a chance on her. I won't spoil all of the details.
Right.
But the second act then flashes forward to 2003, when they're looking back on Vera Stark's life and her film career that she had since then, and really some of the issues that were brought up in the types of roles that she was given and that she took, and what some people felt about that.
Now, you guys are both actors or aspiring actors, whichever one. Have you experienced something within your journey in your art, in your craft, something similar where you can kind of empathize with Vera Stark's character in this production?
Well, I think her story of the perseverance and how, like, she is kind of later in her career as an actress, but then she gets a big break. I think that story is very important to us as actors, because it's like, you don't stop, because you never know when that one chance, and you may have to take a risk and take a risky chance, but don't stop, because you never know what may propel you into success. So.
Okay. What about you, Carrie?
I don't know the answer to that. I'd have to think about it for a while. That's a pretty serious question. But something about this production in particular that is unique that Southern Miss Theater hasn't done since I've been here is the use of multimedia in the play. And that's really intriguing, because not only is there, of course, the live on-stage acting of the actors there, but there's also use of photography and film in this production. It is about film actress breaking into the film industry, and it actually, the actors that are in the play on stage were also previously filmed, and then those images and films are put on the stage as well, which is something we haven't done before that I think is really cool about this production.
So your audience essentially is going to be looking at a production of a production, kind of, maybe?
Basically, because they
Okay.
get, it's really cool because the way it's set up, sometimes you'll see the film set, I won't spoil too much, but sometimes you'll see the film set on stage, and then you'll look up and then you're watching the movie, and then the actresses almost step out of the movie. It's very seamless how it's done, and you get a behind the scenes look almost at what's going on for the people on stage. It's really neat.
Well, it seems very interesting, and I know you guys actually have a production tonight, so you'll be getting ready for that in preparations for your performance tonight at 7:30 in the Tatum Theater. Tickets are $14 for the general public. If you are a faculty, staff member in the military, or a senior, the tickets for you all will be $10, and we have $8 student tickets.
Yep.
So that's a pretty nice touch, for the students that may want to go and come out and experience this on-stage production that will make you kind of want to go beyond the stage. Wonder if Vera Stark is a real person. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. I guess you have to go to the show and find out. All of this information is going to be on our Southern Miss Today page, and you guys also have a Facebook page as well, and it's Southern Miss Theater. If our people listening want to go ahead and purchase tickets, the box office number is 800-844-8425, or you can visit www.southernmisstickets.com. Now, before we leave, there is another production that's really good, and it's coming up. It's debuting March 26th at 7:30 p.m., right? And the name of that is Machinal. Carrie, you are cast in this production, right?
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about this one. It's based on the Ruth Snyder story.
Yes.
Who is Ruth Snyder?
So Ruth Snyder was a person in the early 1900s as well who was convicted for killing her husband and was actually executed because of that. And so Machinal is based on that story.
Wow.
It follows a woman named Helen who is trapped in this jagged, repressive society that she really can't break into in a way that she's happy with.
Okay.
And so it really follows her story and ultimately shows how that led to her demise. And so it's an expressionist piece, which is really interesting. I've never had the opportunity to work on something like that. I'm still learning about what exactly that is.
What does an expressionist piece entail?
Well, the expressionist plays tend to be episodic, meaning it's broken up into segments in episodes instead of in acts like your typical play. And it's just a very unique style with a lot of broken phrases in some of the monologues that the character Helen has and that type of thing. So it's been really exciting. We're in the rehearsal process right now, and that will be coming up, as you said, this late March.
Great. Well, I know you guys have a lot of things that are going on within the theater department. It's always great to have you guys on the show. Spring Awakening is coming up. What is that about? Can we hit on that just a little bit?
I think I'll let Brandon talk about that one a little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the show. But it's actually based on a play written in the 1800s and is set in Germany, and then a musical was adapted for it.
Okay.
And basically the overall plot is it's a bunch of young 14, 15-year-old kids in 1800s Germany, and they're very, very sheltered, like all things worldly, and it's kind of oppressed by the adults because they're very religious. They're not allowed to know anything, mainly anything sexual, and so the whole story is about a sexual awakening for all these kids and the dangers of that because they had no guidance.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, it seems.
It's a pretty powerful piece.
Yeah, well, it seems like a lot of the pieces, or maybe all of them that you guys put on in the theater department, are very full of culture and rich with history. So it's not like you're just paying your money or and wasting your time. You're actually getting an on-stage experience that is gonna maybe trigger some emotions and make you think about some things. So it's really great that art can do that for us, and the people that are art lovers like myself, you know, we kind of revel in those things. So it's really great to have you guys here. I appreciate it once again. And we're going to put all of this information on our Southern Miss Today Facebook page, guys. On the Southern Miss Theater Facebook page, they actually have a event list or calendar where you guys can stay plugged in and tuned in to everything that we have going on here. And all of the information that we've spoken about today will be listed on our page. Right now, we have Coming Up with Buzz in the Berg, but before that, we have a little local music for you. Check out Hearts Will Beat Again by Travelogue for Exiles. We'll be right back with Southern Miss Today.